Hey there, everybody. This is Janice Masters, the Shaman Mama, and I'm broadcasting live from my office at home. You can find me at janicemasters.com. And today I'm going to be talking about chakra clearing and balancing and what comes after. So before I do that, I'm going to remind you that when I first started this 30-day Facebook challenge, to go live every day during the month of August, I pulled a card from my Gaia Oracle deck, and it was the Enchanted Forest. And it's a pretty card with a full moon, which is really kind of perfect because the full moon and the partial lunar eclipse were last night. But the really cool thing is that the message from that particular Gaia card is that new and unexpected things are coming into your life, and that you'll be going on a magical mystery tour. Excuse me, how cool is that? So I thought that was really, really wonderful. I pulled another card today from my Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, and I'll share that with you later. But first, let me talk about why would we even consider something like chakra clearing and balancing. I've been doing this for many, many years, ever since I first learned it and experienced the power of it to clear energy, to clear emotion, to clear stuff that's stuck within our system. And these days, because many of us are aware that we are highly sensitive and empathic, and that if we're not mindful, conscious, that we can be like sponges for not only other people's energies, but also for environmental energies. And I'll say something more about that too. But it used to be that we thought that anywhere from 20 to 30% of the population was highly sensitive. And what the research is showing these days is that more and more people are highly sensitive. And I think that has to do with human evolution. I think that human beings are bombarded constantly with EMFs from all kinds of devices. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the reasons why more people are showing up as highly sensitive. More people are reporting that they're empathic and even have psychic abilities, but that seems to be the case. So I will show you this Chakra Wisdom Oracle card that I pulled today for us, and it's called Recovery. And it shows wise elder with a couple of young women and a key. Okay, and basically what it's saying, and this really is important for many reasons, but right now I have so many women coming to me to heal from toxic, abusive relationships, that recovery is a really important concept. And basically what the recovery card is talking about is recovering your genuineness, recovering your authenticity, regenerating yourself in ways and around parts of yourself that perhaps have been abused, held down, wounded, and developing an understanding of yourself as you enter recovery, as you recover your true self that you may have had to hide it in order to remain safe while in an abusive relationship, or experience trauma of other kinds as well. So besides being highly sensitive and empathic, there are personal reasons why our energy gets wonky, and we are also out in the world. So every time you go into, let's say, a big box store like a Costco or a BJ's Warehouse or a Macy's or the big grocery store, you're encountering all kinds of energies, not just from the people in the store, but from all the goods in the store and who's handled them and where did they come from. And so you can just imagine the layers and layers and layers of energy. I have been known to stop in the middle of a store with my shopping cart and just get out of the way, take a moment, close my eyes, and do what I call a flush. Energy coming down through the crown of my head, flushing all the way through my body, and then putting protection in place. And that's something we can talk about on another Facebook Live. But for today, we're going to talk about the chakra system and why we want to clear it. So many of you are very aware of the chakra system. Hey, Joan, hi. I didn't know if you'd be here. I know you've got your writers group. Hi, Laurel. Thank you for being here too. So the chakras start at the base of your spine, and there's one at the base of your spine. There's one in your pelvic area. Moving up, there's one in your solar plexus. Then the next one is your heart chakra, and then your throat chakra, and then your third eye chakra, and then your crown chakra. Hey, Jessica. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you here. Hi there. Thanks for coming. So we can do the chakra clearing a number of ways. Sometimes if you become aware, let's say you've had an incident with someone and you end up feeling like you really got kind of pressure and tightness in your heart around that chest area. Well, you can just clear that chakra, and I will tell you what to do to clear. Other times, some of us are more prone, I know I am more prone to get stuck energy in the solar plexus. And there are all kinds of reasons for that. Each of the chakras rules a certain emotion, rules a certain kind of energy. For example, the chakra in your pelvic area has the color orange, and it has to do with, hi Barbara, thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. It has to do with creativity, sexuality. Each of the chakras represents a part of our human experience. And if you can imagine them as almost like tubes, they're not just, often we think of them as just being this little wheel in the front of our bodies. They're really not. They go all the way through to the spine and out into the energetic bodies, both forward and backward. So many of you are very well versed in how to care for your energetic body and your light body, but some of us are not. And so it's a really good thing to learn. I recommend, particularly if you know that you are highly sensitive and even empathic, I recommend that you have some kind of a daily, what I call spiritual energy hygiene practice. And that means, well, I'll tell you what I do, okay? Before I lift my head off the pillow in the morning, I do some chakra clearing. Sometimes I'll work from the bottom to the top. Sometimes I can just feel where there's a stuck energy or where there's some tightness or holding. So I do that, and then I do a flush with some whatever color light appeals to me at the time through my crown chakra all the way through. Then I do grounding, and then I do an inventory of my body where I check to see if there are any aches or pains or any little glitches, and if there are, I inquire as to what issue that might be connected to and do some dialoguing, and that's really effective for moving energy through a stuck place. So that's what I do every morning, okay? I suggest that whatever it is you want to do, you do something to acknowledge that you are an energetic being and that your energy body needs attention just the same as you take a shower, as you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, you get dressed. Your energy body also needs attention. So I'm going to talk about how to clear and balance a chakra, and I'm actually not going to demonstrate it, and I'll tell you why. It's a little frustrating, but I'm broadcasting from my webcam on my laptop, and everything is backwards. Okay, this painting that you see over here, is actually to my left. And so it's too confusing. So I'm going to tell you what to do, and then I'm going to send you to my business page where you can actually find a post that I made this morning called Clearing and Balance, Chakra Clearing and Balancing, and you can save that information for yourself. Okay, so let's say that we're going to clear the heart chakra. All right. So I want you to imagine that heart chakra, which is right here, right where your heart is, right, the center of your chest. I want you to imagine that over that heart chakra there is a clock facing outward. So if I were standing in front of you, I would be able to see that clock, 12 o'clock at the top, 6 o'clock at the bottom. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your hand, either hand is okay, and you're going to rotate your hand in a counterclockwise motion over that chakra. And you're going to continue that counterclockwise motion of your hand with the palm facing your body, that clock, And you're going to keep that counterclockwise motion going until something happens. And the something that we're looking for is either you yawn, your eyes tear up, you sigh, and sometimes if there's a lot of gunk in there, you might even cough. Okay, once one of those signs has happened, then you can stop that counterclockwise rotation. No, Joan, don't touch your body, just several inches away, because we're working in the energy body. It's a good question. Thank you. So once you get that sign, a sigh, your eyes tearing up, a cough, you stop the counterclockwise motion. And if you're going to use the same hand again, then just shake it off or wipe it off. And now you're going to do a clockwise motion, envisioning the color of that chakra. This particular chakra of your heart, the color associated with it is green. And now you're going to do a clockwise circular motion, several inches above, away from the heart, away from the body. And you're going to do that clockwise motion over that clock. And you're going to continue until, again, you either yawn or sigh, or your eyes tear up, or more rarely, you cough. Once that happens, you've balanced that chakra. You first cleared it with the counterclockwise motion, and then you have balanced it. And imagine it, the balancing, if you can imagine the chakra, it's been likened to a wheel. Okay, Joan says she had to clear her throat. It's been likened to a wheel. So we want that wheel to spin freely when we have balanced it. That means the energy is moving freely through that center in our body. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through the chakras and what they mean, because energy, again, from any place, you might have an unpleasant experience with another person, and energy might get stuck in your solar plexus, or you might be exposed to environmental toxins, and you might feel a whole lot of tightness and discomfort in your third eye chakra. So starting at the bottom, at the base of your spine, is the base chakra. The color associated with it is red. Oh, Jessica says she got wicked heartburn when she did that both times. Wow. Okay. Well, some energy was definitely activated, and I would want to investigate what heart issue is going on right now. And I don't even mean cardiac. I just mean energetic, emotional heart issue. We can talk later if you want, but let me know if you find something out. Stacy, I'm so glad to see you here too. So the base chakra is about our feeling of safety and security in the world, and the color associated with it is red. The next chakra, which I mentioned already, which is in the pelvic area, is the sacral chakra, and the color associated with that is orange, bright orange, and that has to do with sexuality, creativity. The next, Michelle says she's never heard of this way of clearing. I love it. Oh, I do too. I've been doing this for so many years, and I love it. I've been exposed to other ways too, but this has become absolutely my favorite. So the next one is the solar plexus, which is, you can feel that place right, I'm going to show you, right into your rib cage, right into your diaphragm, okay? The color associated with that is yellow, and that is your center of personal power in the world, empowerment. The next is your heart chakra, and that is green. The next is your throat chakra, which is right here at the base of your throat, has to do with communication, speaking your truth, authenticity, and that is associated with the color blue. Hey, Susan, I'm so glad you're here. And then the third eye chakra is indigo, and that has to do with our intuitive abilities, our psychic abilities. And then the crown chakra is violet, and it has to do with our spirituality. Joan is saying, boy, oh boy, do I have to keep clearing my throat. Whoa, yeah, you know, it's really what's so cool about this system, because it does give us those kinds of responses, like Joan just said, she has to keep clearing her throat. It shows us right where we are having a block. And let me tell you something, because this gives me goosebumps. These days, for a lot of us light workers and healer types, there is a block around speaking our truth, because while we have dealt in the past couple of decades to get over messages from our past lives that we were burned at the stake and all kinds of other things, there's a whole different level that we're going to now that requires a real warriorship on our part, a real strength of purpose and strength of soul. And so we're being called to a higher, hi Fanny, thank you so much for being here. We're being called to a really higher level of speaking the truth and the wisdom that we have been given, that we have learned through our own suffering and evolution and awakened consciousness. So yeah, this clearing process will, Jessica said she got heartburn. Joan says she starts coughing and has to clear her throat. Okay. For me, the solar plexus might start burning again, and no amount of bicarb lemon juice is going to get rid of that. It's going to help symptomologically, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for clearing the energetic body. We are multidimensional people as humans, and what we're doing here is dealing with our energetic bodies. So I told you that I would send you to my business page, which is facebook.com/theshamanmama. When you go there, if you haven't already, please like the page, and then you will find something I posted this morning called Chakra Clearing and Balancing. And you can just cut and paste it. You can, Laurel says her eyes are tearing and she can't stop yawning. Yep, you got it, girl. You're doing some nice clearing for yourself. So you can send that to yourself, you can save it, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's a step-by-step take you through this process that I just taught to you right now. And so I have said I'm going to keep these Facebook Lives to anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. I'm already at 17 minutes. So unless there are any questions, which I would be happy to answer, I probably will close. I want to thank all of you for being here. Same here, Susan says, eyes tearing and can't stop yawning. Listen, people, do yourself a favor. Get familiar with this process. Do it in the morning. Do it whenever you feel like some energy's gotten stuck in any part of your body. And yes, you do the clock thing on each chakra. If you can imagine, each chakra has that clock facing out, and that orients you to move your hand counterclockwise to clear and clockwise to balance. Yes, thank you for the question. So as highly sensitive empathic people, this would be a really good thing to have as part of your spiritual energy hygiene practice. And I really recommend that you have a daily practice for this, just like brushing your teeth. These times are crazy. Oh, and I do want to address, because I said, in the title of this, I said chakra clearing and balancing and what comes after. I just want to suggest to you that as you start clearing, that you are going to find energy moving in different areas of your life. And I'll share with you what happened with me this morning. Woke up with a tightness in my solar plexus, and I did 2 rounds of clearing. And right afterwards, I found myself in my office, and I was extremely clear about what I was going to do. It was time to tackle the bookshelves. They weren't super messy, but some of the bottom shelves had junk thrown on them, and there was one corner that had some stuff. So now you can look at my bookshelves, and they're all nice and neat, and the bottom shelves are neat as well, and the corner that had stuff piled in it is cleared. So clear energy here, it's the old as within, so without. Yeah, so tidying up here allows us to take that energy into other parts of our lives. And as we are becoming more authentic, and we're pushing the boundaries, and we're breaking the rules that we have followed about relationships in the past in order to be more authentic, we're going to have some clearing to do. And heaven knows the energy right now between the political scene and this month with the sun and the moon and the eclipses. Yeah, so do your clearing. Go to go to facebook.com, the Shaman Mama, and you can pick up what I wrote there for you about this process, so you are clear about how to do it. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Tomorrow I'm going to be broadcasting from my Inviting Miracles with the Law of Attraction group, and we're going to be talking about how to keep the vibe high during these challenging times. Susan says, when I feel tingling in my solar plexus, I think about clearing, which causes immediate deep yawning before I even get started. Well, honey, you're really tuned in. What can I say? You might not even need the hand. Okay? Check it out. You might come up with your own new way of doing this. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Without you, there wouldn't be much point in this. So I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sigrid, hey, we're just ending now, but I hope you will stick around and watch the video. Thank you so much. And thank you, Peggy. Appreciate your being here. Bye-bye, everybody. This is Janice Masters, the Shaman Mama from janicemasters.com. And once again, go to facebook.com/the Shaman Mama to pick up what I've written about this process for you to save. Okay? Bye-bye.